There's one small mistake that can silently destroy your engine. And most people have no idea it even exists. And the worst part, it can happen during something as simple as a routine oil change. This isn't about skipping maintenance. This isn't about abuse. This is about a tiny detail that can turn a $10 service into a $20,000 disaster. I've seen engines completely destroyed, not because the owner was careless, but because someone else made one small mistake. Let me tell you about a case that still doesn't sit right. The kind of vehicle you expect to keep running for years without major problems. Everything about it looked right, until we started it immediately. Loud knocking, not a small tick, not a harmless sound. A deep, aggressive engine knock that tells you something inside is very, very wrong. So we begin checking everything. Oil condition, clean. Inside the engine, no sludge. Service history, excellent. Nothing. Made sense, How does a well-maintained Toyota engine just fail like that? So I sat down with the owner and asked him to walk me through exactly what happened. And that's when the real story started. He told me he had just taken the car in for a routine oil change at a nearby dealership. Nothing unusual, just regular, and heard a strange noise. But like most people, he ignored it, because we've all done that. You hear something slightly off and think it's probably nothing. So he drove off. Then something else happened. The oil pressure dropped, not slightly, almost to zero. Now that's not a minor issue, so we couldn't go back. The next morning, he started the car again, and this time the noise was worse. Louder, sharper, more aggressive. At that point, he knew something was seriously wrong, so he took the vehicle to a Lexus dealership for a proper diagnosis. And this is where everything became clear. They removed the oil filter and immediately found the problem. The filter had been installed incorrectly, and a small internal component, something most people don't even know exists. What's missing? It's called AST. ANDPIPE. Now this part is critical, so pay attention. Inside many Toyo and Lexus oil filter housings is a small tube, the standpipe, that directs oil flow through the filter. It ensures oil is properly filtered before circulating through the engine. Without it, the entire system fails. Oil doesn't flow the way it should. Pressure drops. Filtration doesn't happen correctly. And over time, or sometimes very quickly, the engine starts destroying itself from the inside. That's exactly what happened. Here, the engine didn't just get damaged. It was completely ruined. The repair cost, over $20,000 for a remanufactured engine, up to $36,000 for a brand new one, all because of a simple oil filter mistake. And here's where it gets even worse. The dealership that performed the oil change, they refused to take responsibility. They refunded the oil change and sent him on his way. That's it. Imagine being in that situation. Your engine is destroyed. The story doesn't end there. Trying to solve the issue, the owner took the car to another repair shop. This time, the problem was misdiagnosed. Instead of identifying the real cause, they assumed it was something else entirely. They began replacing parts, timing chain, cam components, various internal parts. The bill climbed to nearly $7,000. And after all that, the problem was still there. Same knocking, same low oil pressure. And unbelievably, they never even replaced the faulty oil filter. At that point, the damage was already done. The engine was beyond saving. And all of this started because of one small mistake that could have been easily avoided. Now here's the part that matters most to you, because this isn't just one unlucky case. This is something that's happening more often than people realize. The real issue comes from a combination of small decisions that seem harmless at the time. One of the biggest problems, aftermarket oil filter housings. Many mechanics and even some shops replace the original Toyota filter housing with cheaper alternatives, often made of metal, often marketed as upgrades, and almost always designed as one-size-fits-all solutions. That's where things go wrong. Because these aftermarket kits are not engineered the same way as the original parts. They often include removable internal components, including that critical STANDPIPE. And here's the danger. That small piece can be installed incorrectly. It can come loose. It can be forgotten entirely during installation. And when that happens, the entire oil system is compromised. Oil may bypass the filter. Pressure may become unstable. Flow can be restricted or blocked. And once that process starts, engine damage is only a matter of time. Sometimes it happens slowly. Sometimes it happens almost immediately. But either way, the result is the same: a damaged or destroyed engine. What makes this even more dangerous is that there's often no obvious warning, no clear signal, No immediate check engine light. Just internal, where, getting worse with every second the engine runs. This is why it's so important to understand what's being installed in your vehicle, because not all parts are equal, and not all repairs are done with the same level of care if you own a Toyota or a Lexus. There are a few simple things you should always keep in mind. Avoid cheap aftermarket filter housings, especially universal kits. Always make sure that any replacement parts match your specific engine exactly. Don't assume that every mechanic knows the details of your vehicle's oil system. And most importantly, never ignore signs of low oil pressure. That's one of the most critical warnings your engine can give you. At the same time, there are things you can do to protect yourself. Stick with original OM parts whenever possible. Ensure that the oil filter is installed correctly every time. If you're unsure, ask questions. It's your car, your investment, and your responsibility to make sure it's being handled properly. Also, don't stretch your oil change intervals too far. Regular maintenance, done correctly, goes a long way in preventing problems like this. Because here's the truth. Toyota engines are some of the most reliable engines ever built. They're designed to last hundreds of thousands of miles, but even the best engine in the world can fail. If something as simple as oil flow is compromised, a Lexus wasn't destroyed because it was old. It wasn't destroyed because it had high mileage, and it definitely wasn't destroyed because of poor engineering. It was destroyed by a simple mistake, a mistake that could happen to anyone. So the next time you go in for an oil change, don't just assume everything will be done correctly. Pay attention. Ask what parts are being used. Make sure nothing is being rushed or overlooked, because sometimes the smallest detail can cost you everything. And if you understand that now, you might just save yourself thousands of dollars and a massive headache down the road. If you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe, because there are more hidden issues like this that most drivers never hear about until it's too late.